Official.StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smark Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on IG and SoundCloud. Street Smart Fanpage on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. December 10th, 2017. Street Smark Audio. Hollywood and the Fooge. Talk about some wrestling.
Yeah.
Put that wrestling news. I sent you a whole bunch of shit on Messenger.
Yes, you sure absolutely did.
Yeah. Some shit. The first shit was
going on.
Rich Swann got arrested for beating up somebody.
Who'd he beat up? A guy or a girl?
He beat up a girl.
Ooh. Oh, let me get that pulled up, cause man, we can't be beating up on the ladies, Mr. Swan. Yeah. Oh, here's his mug shot. He looking all raggedy and disgruntled and stuff. It's taking me to Twitter.
Just read it real quick.
Alright. As my phone loads here to the tweet that you have, due to numerous national media requests, mugshot and arrest report for Rich Swann can be found here. Okay. So that's, I guess there was a lot of people wanting to see his mugshot. Let's see what this arrest report says.
There you go.
Oh, it's in a PDF.
Official.
You know what I'm saying?
Official is fed.
Nothing says electronic officialness like Adobe.
Yeah.
Alright, so on the above date and time, at the above location, the I guess is victim, and the def, which is defendant, were engaged in an argument. My page just reloaded for some stupid reason. Okay, here we go. It's back. And, okay. Sorry, it's broken up into 3 pieces, so it loaded on the third part. Alright, so the victim and the defendant were engaged in an argument. Both the victim and the defendant are professional wrestlers, and the victim had just put on a show. A show? Motherfucker, those are matches. At 8 seconds in downtown Gainesville. Victim just put on a show at 8 seconds. Is that a place, I guess? Mm-hmm. The defendant was critiquing the victim's performance. He was critiquing her match and began getting angry with her. Like I'm getting angry reading this. The victim got scared that the argument was going to escalate and got out of the car. And got out of the car in the area of blah, 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 who cares street. The defendant stopped his vehicle in the middle of traffic and the victim jumped out. The defendant gave chase and yelled for the victim to get back in the car. The victim told the defendant she did not want to get back in the car as she continued to walk away. The victim then grabbed the defendant grabbed the victim by her arms and then around her neck with his arm.
God damn.
He placed her in a headlock and dragged... Oh, you mean it wasn't a performance? He placed her in a headlock and dragged her back to their vehicle. The victim screamed for help as the defendant pushed her in the car. A witness 1 observed this happen and called the law enforcement agency. Witness 1 said that she saw the defendant chase after the victim and put her in a headlock and shove her back in the car while she screamed for help. Witness 1 said that victim was beating on the window, screaming for help as they drove away again. Witness 1 said that the victim seemed very afraid of the defendant and was trying to get away from him. Witness 2 observed the vehicle driven by the defendant driving erratically in the area of blah, 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 who cares street. Witness 2 saw the victim jump out of his vehicle while it was moving and run away.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Oh, excuse me. So yeah, it looks like she tried to get away and he yoked her up and she started screaming and shit and he drove away.
The internet's response to this this altercation is that of polarizing views. The social justice warriors are out masquerading as wrestling fans.
Now they care about wrestling.
Of course, you know what I'm saying. They want to talk about how professional wrestling is just an art form, and these are just performances, and these guys are performers, and their real life actions should dictate their future employment with the company. So they're all calling for Rich Swann to be terminated, which is kind of funny because some people could have wellness violations and not get fired. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we draw the line at beating up a chick. Now, I'm not condoning beating up a chick. I'm just saying, where is the line of that we go, all right, this guy's cool to stay with the company, or this guy, he's expendable, and he should be fired.
You know what that? Well, you already know what the line is, but I'm going to answer your rhetorical question anyway. How much money they draw? That's the motherfucking line.
Rich Swann draws none. Sorry, pimp.
So you get caught jaywalking, then yeah.
The internet wants your head. The internet wants your fucking head, obviously. It's an unfortunate situation, but doesn't be the breaks. You can't be fucking the rats, man. Stop fucking the rats. Like, you should be fucking bitches, like, not in the wrestling business. But they don't understand that the divas, they're the new rats. You see what I'm saying?
Is that right?
Oh, you gotta think, man. Like, think about how many motherfucking divas over the last decade hooked up with wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, for little flings and shit. Think about how many bitches, how many motherfuckers AJ done fuck. You know what I'm saying? Think about how many motherfuckers Paige done fuck. Think about who Charlotte was married to. Think about who Becky Lynch was fucking. Now, I'm not saying that they whores or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, because you can fuck whoever the fuck you want to. You're a consenting adult. However, if you over here just keep fucking the boys, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get some connotations attached to you. Now, to alleviate all that shit, wrestlers, boys, stop fucking the girls. You know what I'm saying? Because all that's going to do, if you don't draw no money, it's going to put you on the unemployment line. Rich Swann ain't drawing no money on 205 Live. So goddamn it, his ass is expendable. Because if Roman Reigns was doing some shit like that, you wouldn't hear no shit like that.
Sure would.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't heard about all the motherfucking bitches John Cena did fuck. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't hear about Stone Cold beating Deborah's ass.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was on the hush. That shit was like, it was like a quick little blip, and then it was gone. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? Them motherfuckers draw money.
Come on, somebody.
You ain't drawing no money, Rich Swann. You are in a precarious situation, my brother. And you gotta go and hide. You gotta hide.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because think about it like this. Batista was fucking John Morrison's bitch.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. John Morrison got fired. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing with Matt Hardy when
top guys have their privileges. Top guys can get away with that shit. It's nothing. Rich Swann is not a top guy.
how you lose your bitch and then lose your job because you got mad about losing your bitch?
My nigga. You a simp to the highest degree at that point. You could never, I would never employ you again. I wouldn't want your cancerous ass shit. I don't care how much money you draw and shit. I wouldn't want your cancerous ass in my locker room.
You talking about Edge or Matt?
Talk about Matt. Bitching and shit. Yeah. Oh, he didn't fuck my bitch. Oh, he didn't fuck my bitch. Nigga, everybody fucked your bitch, my nigga. You the nigga that's over here holding her hand and kissing her on screen in front of 8 million people a week, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
You over here locking this bitch down. This bitch allegedly fucked El Dandy. This bitch fucked allegedly El Dandy, my nigga.
Must be some good ass tequila.
Come on, my nigga. Have you seen El Dandy, my nigga? Holy shit.
It's been a while.
But speaking of bitches that's fucking, and another piece of little news, retired porn star Mia Khalifa.
Oh, she's retired now?
Yeah, that bitch ain't fucking nobody no more. She went in, got a whole bunch of dicks, got popular, and then became an Instagram hoe. You know what I'm saying? So Khalifa was discussing UFC's Ronda Rousey. She signed to WWE. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So she says,
"Good job, Ronda."
Quote, "I have no respect for the WWE. It's not a real sport. It's embarrassing." End quote.
What a bitch.
So Hurricane Helms went to Twitter. He says in the response, "I'm not going to get upset that a porn star doesn't respect pro wrestling. She's entitled to her opinion. Our bodies take a pounding, and well, ... So this hurts.
Nice.
Smiley face emoji, thumbs up.
Good job, Shane.
Like, you can't have no bitch that's taking super amounts of dicks, you know what I'm saying, trying to discredit wrestling. Goof.
Sorry.
So again, you got this bitch over here. She dissing Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey getting stretched this bitch. So you dissing Ronda Rousey and you disrespecting all the bitches that's in wrestling. Every bitch in wrestling. She ain't making no friends.
She trying to fuck her life up for some reason, cause
And that bitch wasn't even all that fucking. She ain't fucking no niggas.
I mean, she cool. I mean, she's average as far as porn stars go.
I like Nadia Ali better.
I'm not familiar with who that is, but I'm gonna have to do some research.
She better.
Later for sure. But like, yeah, cause I remember they was talking about her. Because I guess Drake had tried to slide in her DM or some shit, and she tried to basically embarrass the nigga and shit. And I'm just thinking, like, bitch, who is you?
You a poor bitch.
Who are you?
Drake sliding your motherfucking DMs, bitch. You better be gobbling and swallowing that half and half Kazar.
Oh shit. he's a half Kazar.
Yeah, he half Kazar as fuck. So anyway,
I didn't know he was half fake Jew.
Yeah, he half fake Jew as fuck. So getting back to the shits. According to Sports Illustrated, speaking of Matt Hardy, Matt Hardy will be allowed a creative license by Vince McMahon, meaning Matt will have creative control over his Woken gimmick. Vince is apparently a big fan of the Woken gimmick and sees an opportunity with the gimmick and the opportunity to cash in on Matt's character that's already established. For years, it's been known that Vince does not view Matt Hardy as a top star, unlike his brother, Jeff. Matt is also aware of Vince's opinion of him. Jeff Jarrett, former executive in TNA, also felt that way when the Hardy Boys were both in TNA. However, Vince and Matt's relationship goes back for over 2 decades, so Vince is willing to trust Matt enough to give him the opportunity to get his gimmick over with the WWE audience and see if he could be a top star in the WWE.
Well, bravo, Vince. Good job.
I want to highlight an earlier Street Smart discussion where I spoke on the Broken Gimmick, and I spoke on how 205 Live and all these other shows aren't really getting views. Mm-hmm. But how the Broken Gimmick, if they did their own self-contained universe, that you can put those shitty gimmicks. What are you looking for?
Looking for my key so I can open this beer. And
okay,
sorry to throw you off, but I still need my keys because I gotta drive home. I guess I can look for them later. That's the
you could.
I was looking for.
If you don't know the lighter trick, you're a goof.
Everyone knows that I know the lighter trick. I invented the lighter trick.
So again, going back to the Matt Hardy character, I spoke about this. I said that there's Vince needs original programming, so it's nothing for him to greenlight a new show that's wacky, completely left field, that's tailored completely to the Matt Hardy gimmick, and creating a whole universe so you can stuff those goofy gimmicks like Bray Wyatt, who he's being programmed with, and they can just
go figure,
and they can just go off into their own universe, and that way Bray Wyatt, you can pull him back and he can be a credible talent again because he's damaged, obviously.
Oh yeah, after all the abuse he suffered.
But you can put him in a storyline with Matt, make it all wacky and everything, and since it's so wacky, people are going to attach to it. It gives Bray Wyatt the rub. You know what I'm saying? They can feud forever because it's a wacky gimmick and it doesn't interfere with anything. And then you can spin it off into its own show. You can bring the Wyatt family back. You know what I'm saying? As the Bludgeon Brothers. It doesn't matter. All those goofy ass gimmicks that Vince loves to do, he can fucking do them again, put them in their own universe, and let them run with it. And Matt has creative control, and has the WWE machine behind it.
What's the name? What's Matt Hardy's gardener's name again?
Senor Benjamin.
Yeah, we gotta have Senor Benjamin there.
Yeah, you gotta have Guardian 1. That's the fucking floating drone thing.
Yeah. Oh man,
did you watch Final Deletion?
Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh,
Final Deletion was insane. I had to watch it like 3 times because it was so many cuts, like so many scene cuts during the match. You know what I'm saying? I watched a couple of Final Deletion shits from Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy and all that shit. I never watched the whole thing, but I watched the standout matches. I watched him and Brother Nero going up against not Sanity, some goofy gimmick that's like Sanity in NXT. I know you don't watch NXT. I
don't. I need to preface my like of Final Deletion though, so because I like it and I hate it. I like it in a vacuum in its own, just like, oh, let me hop on YouTube and see what this Final Deletion is all about. In the context of a wrestling show, though, I hate it because I feel like it's a parody of. I feel like it's a parody. It kind of makes a parody of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? In that particular, because it's goofy as shit, but it's hilarious. But like on a pay-per-view or a show or something like that, I don't want to see a Final Deletion.
My thing is, so you're not a big indie wrestling fan or anything like that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a big indie wrestling fan to begin with, but I'm aware of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm aware of the Shikaras, I'm aware of the Dragon Gates and the PWGs who allow goofiness into their promotion. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, like, being a lifelong WWF fan, such as yourself, you have to look at it as a sport. There's some tomfoolery and chicanery along with it, but for the most part, it's still an athletic contest between 2 individuals trying to get a pinfall, 1, 2, 3 submission, whatever happens.
Come on, and move closer to the World Heavyweight Championship.
With promotions like Dragon Gate and Shikara and all them shits like that, and not like that. Granted, there are titles, but their universes are set up to whereas, okay, you're just in a land of make-believe, and you just have to go with it. Whereas, you know, you go with some things in wrestling because, you know, it's a bit wonky.
It can be.
This is, like, Shikara and those promotions, they're wonky. They're wonky, and they're saying, okay, this is serious. You know what I mean? Everything's wonky. This is serious. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. Lucha Underground, same type of deal. Okay. So when you have to, like, when you're watching different promotions, you can't take that WWF mindset to it. Okay. You got to just say, all right, I'm watching blank, and this is how I have to approach this promotion when I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? Because you would watch a match between Fire Ant, Soldier Ant, you know what I'm saying, and Worker Ant, exactly, against BB Hulk, and then some other goofball, and you'll be like, an Obsidian or whatever, and you'll be like, what the fuck is going on? They're hypnotizing people. You know what I'm saying? Wow. They're doing matches in slow motion.
Oh gosh.
Again,
okay.
you have to completely throw out the whole athletic competition aspect of the sport.
Okay.
And say, all right, I'm immersing myself in this promotion and this universe, and this is how they present their product.
And so obviously they have embraced the work, the work side of wrestling.
Yeah, it's complete. It's a complete work, you know, and that's why guys like the Young Bucks are so profitable on the indie scene, because you're not looking at the Young Bucks as athletic competitors in Shikara.
Okay.
You may look at them like that in New Japan or ROH. But when you get into these podunk joints, these podunk promotions or whatever, and I'm not trying to shit on them, just, you know, that's what it is.
Too late.
You see these guys and they're goofy along with them, and you go, okay, I get them. They're relatable, and they're not so big that they can only wrestle their style in said promotion. No, we're going to be in Chicago. We're going to be goofy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But when we go to ROH, we serious. Okay. Or when we go to New Japan, we serious. And then whenever we go to the WWE, because they're going, you know what I'm saying? They'll probably be whatever. They'll probably be brought in under the Woken gimmick, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because they're Hardy Boy rip-offs. So, you know, and they're making money on the independent scene like the Hardy Boys have done.
Oh, nice.
So all they've done is follow that template. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time before the Bucks come to the WWE and you accept them because they're midgets. They're like two Finn Balors.
They're very tiny.
Yeah, like two Finn Balors. And you're going to accept them as top guys because you can't do anything but accept them because they made money everywhere. They are literally the guys that Ric Flair talks about when he's cutting his 1985 promos and he's talking about going to fucking Shreveport and drawing, going to Tampa and drawing, going to Kansas City and drawing, or going to Tokyo and drawing, or going to Portland and drawing, or going to Amarillo and drawing, or going to Houston and drawing, or going to Tulsa and drawing. They're drawing everywhere.
Oh man, I didn't know Ric Flair was such an artist.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that was a drawn joke. Artist.
All right, insert the motherfucking Price is Right theme for me.
No, do not insert the Price is Right theme for you or anyone else.
I can't wait to hear that last one. Oh my God, I buried you underneath the soil.
What could you have possibly buried me about?
Oh, everything you said was just hilarious. It was buriable. Everything you said was buriable.
What episode can everyone look forward to hear the burial?
That would either be Street Smart discussion number 72 or 73.
Like, subscribe, and comment, everybody, so you don't miss out. I know I can't wait to hear it.
Speaking of the 72, shout out to the 72 Legion of Street Smarks. When we come back, we're going to speak on some wrestling history. Peace.